Coach, it says part 1 to 3. Okay, good. Hey, Coach, do you think that God is making me uncomfortable at my job to encourage me to pursue other careers or start my own business? I'm always the main cashier and it's starting to, let's see here. It's starting to take a toll on my mental health. No one else works the cash register as much as I do. Additionally, I am not a morning person, yet I have all morning shifts. And I also don't believe I'll be advancing here anytime soon. I know that for a fact. Is it just me or could it be that God is trying to make me uncomfortable? I think some coworkers don't like me too. Well, my friend, you're focusing on all the wrong things. You're focusing on all the wrong things. And I'm saying that out of love because I was here, right? I remember when I was working at the YMCA. Y'all probably heard the story many times. I was working at the Y and I became very frustrated with it because I was there for like 7 years. I was like, man, I couldn't see no advancement. It wasn't like I saw a pipeline to the top of anywhere. And I was just full of just ambition and creativity. And I felt like I was outgrowing the role that I was at the Y, not outgrowing my impact because I love impacting the members that will come through. I met all kind of people at the Dowd YMCA and at the Brace Family Y when I used to work there. So it wasn't like I was frustrated with the impact of the job. I was frustrated with the income of the job, of course, and I was frustrated with the individual that I could be outside of there, right? And so then there was a time where I was talking to God and I got very frustrated with him. I was like, God, man, how much longer am I going to be here? Then with that frustration, I wasn't as joyful at the job. I wasn't being Josh. I wasn't being me. I allowed my frustration to overwhelm me that it impacted my work. And then God said something very clear to me. He said, "Who do you work unto?" I said, "Ooh. Who do you work unto?" If you're working unto you or working unto your boss or working unto anyone else, you're going to be frustrated at times. But when you work unto me, I will then give you a joy that will strengthen you in the turbulences of a career that will cause you to still be a light for me. And I had to realize that how many of us are trying to pluck our lamps out of places where God needs us to still be a light in. Some jobs was not meant for you to have a career path to the top. If that was the case, I would still be at the YMCA. Some jobs is strictly there for you to be a light for him. So when you're working unto the Lord, you will not be frustrated because you be like, God, I trust you and that your plans are bigger than mine. That God, that if you have me here for such a time as this, I'm going to blossom for you. I'm going to be a light for you. So my friend, you're focusing on all the wrong things. So let's go back up to the first part and let's exegete your question. Let's break it down. He says, "Hey, Coach, do you think that God is making me uncomfortable at my job?" The only way God makes you uncomfortable at your job is when it's time to transition. If you being uncomfortable at your job is because you can't see a pipeline, because coworkers are getting on your nerves, or because you are working a cashier or you working morning shift, you're uncomfortable because of your own self and it's not God. It says, pursue other careers or start my own business. Nothing wrong with pursuing a career while being in a career. What I mean by pursuing of the career is, okay, God, while I'm working unto you here, I'm going to pursue the tool set, the skill set, and the mindset for the career that I want to attract assets in. God, if I'm going to start this business, while I'm still working unto the Lord at this job, until you have given me the eternal release from this job, I'm going to pursue the skill set, the tool sets, and the mindset for these particular things so that when it's time to transition, I have equipped myself with the necessary things to be able to adequately provide. Because you, no matter where you go, it's going to take you. And no matter where you go, even if it's in your own business or at your dream job, there's going to still be coworkers that don't like you. There's going to still be times you're going to have to do stuff in the morning and you're not a morning person. And so you're going to take the same frustration at a job you don't like that you're going to take to a job you do like. Because there's nothing about this job that's going to be drastically different about this job. There's still going to be people that ain't going to like you here. There's still going to be times where you're going to have to do stuff you ain't going to want to do, even in your own business. And so it's all about becoming the person that develops the right perspective, that creates the right level of peace about where they are so they can be productive where they are simply for the glory of God, my son. So when you think about that, then you'll begin to go to work tomorrow and be able to say, you know what? I work unto you, Lord. So then you can bring joy in that morning shift. And then you're going to be able to be a person that operates at a high level for God. That's what it's about, my sister. And you said it's taking a toll on your mental health. It's taking a toll on your mental health because you haven't developed a healthy frame of mind for this. You got to allow the Holy Spirit to renew your mind about this so that you can then become mentally wealthy enough and mentally healthy enough to handle any situation. No one else works the cashier register as much as I do because the reason why is because you must be good at it. Be great at it. Become even better at it. I was working the front desk. I was a manager at the YMCA. I was at the front desk in the front lines. And yeah, I didn't like all the paperwork. I didn't like handling all the stuff. But I knew, hey, if I'm going to be on the front lines, I'm going to be joyful because what happened for me was if I was frustrated and sad all the time at that front desk, I wouldn't have attracted my next blessing. Y'all heard the story when Miss, I ain't going to say her name because I want you guys, she's, I don't want nobody, following her anywhere. But she would come into my wife every Tuesday and Wednesday. And for weeks she would come in and one day she came in and she was like, there's just something about you. Are you open to another career opportunity? I said, yeah, sure. As long as there ain't no pyramid scheme, yeah, sure. And she said, I'm an assistant principal at an elementary school and we need someone like you in our hallways. She said, do you have a college degree? I said, no, ma'am, I don't. She said, don't worry about it. I'm going to check in with my principal tomorrow and find out. She comes back the next day or she emails me. I'm nervous. I was like, oh, I'm done. I said, great. Here's the opportunity I was looking for came my way and I'm not qualified for it. And God said, Josh, don't let that steal your joy. I don't call the qualified. I qualify to call. She emails me the next day and says, do you have a high school diploma? I say, yes, ma'am. She said, the job is yours if you want it. So what am I saying? If you keep the same energy at the front lines and listen, you don't know who's passing your register that has your next blessing. And people move off of energy. If you're a low energy person, even if they have a great opportunity for you, they don't want that energy there. So you have to shift your mentality so you can shift your energy and be a beacon of light for God's glory. And that right there would change your story to being at a place where you want to be in life. Hope to help.